Use the Equalizer in iTunes. iTunes is a free computer program that not only allows a user to purchase music over the internet, it also lets you play this music using your desktop computer or laptop. This program features a 10-band built-in graphic equalizer. This is slightly different from the typical stereo equalizer that has a fixed bass and treble setting. With the options featured by the iTunes Equalizer, you can increase or decrease any of the 10 bands depending on your taste and needs. If you are one of those music lovers who can appreciate the small nuances that musicians incorporate in their music, being able to master using the iTunes Equalizer will vastly improve your listening experience. Here are a few easy steps to use the equalizer built into the iTunes. Launch iTunes and view the equalizer. Click on the Start icon on your screen and allow your mouse pointer to hover over all programs. Select iTunes from the menu. Wait of the program to launch. Once the iTunes window appears, click on the Views tab. This can be found at the left corner of the window. Find Show Equalizer from the scroll-down menu and click on it. Check if the equalizer is turned on by looking for the On/Off box. This checkbox can be found at the left corner of the window for the equalizer. Familiarize yourself with the functions of each band. Dragging the band slider up or down the equalizer can affect the sound quality of the music file that you are playing. If you opt not to settle for the preset settings, it is advisable that you find out how adjusting each of the frequency will affect your music. The lowest selection is the 32 Hz. It affects the volume of kick drums and other bass instruments used in the music file. Low-quality speakers cannot reproduce this specific frequency. The second frequency is the 64 Hz. It plays most bass instruments and drums. If you have a decent set of speakers, you will be able to hear the difference if you adjust this setting. Adjusting the 125 Hz will allow more bottoms to be heard through small speakers. If you want to hear more drum sounds, guitars, and pianos, you need to adjust the 250 Hz setting. Low-end vocals and mid-bass instruments sits on the 500 Hz frequency. If you turn this up, you will hear more of these sounds. To be able to focus on guitars, snare drums, and pianos, turn up the 1K setting. To cut or boost the nasal sound in your music, you need to adjust the 2K frequency. Large portions of instruments and electric guitars reside in the upper mid setting, which is controlled by the 4K band. To hear more cymbals, upper range synths, guitars, and pianos, as well as most vocals, you need to turn up the 8K band. Lastly, the 16K band in the equalizer is the highest end that you can crank up. This will highlight the sizzles in the music file that you are listening to. If you truly unfamiliar with adjusting the frequencies, do not touch any of the sliders and just go for the preset equalizer setting. To be able to access the preset settings, simply click on the button found below the word Equalizer on the window. There will be a list of frequency settings shown there. These settings are named for the music genre that it is most suited for. Do not be afraid to try out different settings for different types of music.